I'm Megan Buell, and welcome to another edition of our safety segment. Today, I am here with Supervisory Agent John Corradolo. He's also the co-director of the Fusion Center here in the state of Tennessee. Thank you for being with us.
Good morning.
And you know, I kind of just want to go into your role as co-director of the Fusion Center. So can you give me some of the important functions that take place there in the Fusion Center?
Well, on the department safety side, we have suspicious activity reporting is probably one of our major functions that we're concerned about, where we take reports from law enforcement, from the private sector, from citizens, where an activity just doesn't seem right and they report it to us, and we put that in the hands of either the FBI and or local law enforcement to take action on.
And I know that on our website, on social media, we have ways for people to report suspicious activity. And you know, we were just talking about what has taken place, you know, across the country, also in our neighboring country there in Canada. You know, what can people do when they see something that does not look normal? Who do they call?
Well, probably the best practice is you call immediately to your local law enforcement. They're there, they can respond, they can check things out. But for our purposes, we like to have the follow-up, which you could report through our website or through our toll-free number. Get that information in our hands, and what we try to do is put the pieces of the puzzle together. If suspicious activity is occurring in another part of the state or another part of the country for that matter, we try to see if it's a pattern or a trend and work with the FBI and other law enforcement to try to thwart attacks that might be out there.
Absolutely. So tell me a little bit, I know that you are heavily involved in what is called critical infrastructure. Tell me a little bit about the partnerships and why they are so vital to the Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
Well, there's 16 sectors of critical infrastructure. Some examples are agriculture. Our state economy relies heavily on the agriculture sector. And there's other sectors like the energy sector. Our biggest partnership is with the Tennessee Valley Authority. And the reason why is the energy sector, if the power stops flowing, businesses can't run, homes don't have power, jails don't have air conditioning, you know, all sorts of things will go wrong if we don't protect the power grid. So we have really worked hard over the last 5 years to build a relationship with the Tennessee Valley Authority Police and with their transmission people to make sure that we train and familiarize local law enforcement with the importance of protecting the grid. So that's a prime example of what we do.
So in terms of the critical infrastructure, and I know, for example, your partnership with TVA, you know, what are some of the steps that you're taking to ensure safety with that particular grid?
Well, we stay in close communication with the TVA police. They share information with us about suspicious activity, and we share information back with them. The main thing that we do is go out and familiarize local law enforcement with the importance of it. Some jurisdictions are already doing big things to protect the grid, having patrols, you know, watch different substations and whatnot. And I think it's just, you know, having situational awareness, making sure that if someone sees something, they say something.
Right.
You know, when they're around a power station, they see somebody taking pictures, they're going to stop that person and identify them and see if there's more to it than just somebody taking pictures.
Absolutely, and that's why those SARS reports are so very important. Going online and reporting suspicious activity, calling your local law enforcement to let them know. And that's what's so, one thing I want to touch on, you talked about something which I felt like was really important. And you know, we know that we have a lot of different events that take place here in Tennessee, and the events just keep increasing by numbers. And so you made a good point talking about, I think, the National Special Event Data Call. Can you give me a little bit of insight about that?
Yes, our office, the Office of Homeland Security, prepares a list of all special events that we are aware of across the state of Tennessee, and we submit that to the Department of Homeland Security. And the Department of Homeland Security reviews that list. They give it a threat assessment rating, anywhere from 1 to 5, and they give us that information back. And that helps us to gauge what our response is, you know, whether we might reach out and have an agent ask that jurisdiction, do you need support? You know, when we all know when the Stanley Cup and the CMAs were going on at the same time in Nashville, everybody was a little bit concerned about that. But because the Nashville Police Department and other partners, state, local, and federal, were all engaged and paying close attention to what the threats were, it was successful on both events. No one was able to attack it, and that's a good day for us. But
Absolutely.
we always have to be concerned because our adversaries are looking to target special events. It's nothing that the average citizen needs to be worried every time they go to one,
Sure.
but it's something we need to be concerned about because we need to make a safe environment for people to go to and do our best.
That's exactly right. Well, again, see something, say something. If you see something that does not look right or abnormal, make that call to your local authorities.
I would say call right away and give them the information. Everybody carries cameras now.
That's
I mean,
right.
if you can take a picture without putting yourself at risk, you can write down license plate numbers without putting yourself at risk,
That's right.
and report everything you can, then that's fantastic. It'll give us more to work with.
Thanks, John, for doing this.